Jay Ducote here with Lauren Fain and the Outdoor Shopper. ShopTOS.com has everything under the sun, and today we're going to be out in the sun a lot because we're going boating with the Dry Tube.
And Jay, the Dry Tube is the ultimate dry storage system. When you're out on the water, this will protect all of your essential gear that you want to keep dry. Everything from your emergency gear to your personal essentials, from MREs, flares, matches, all the way up to your cell phone, wallet, things like that. It holds up to 25 pounds and it floats on the water. So it's truly just a great product.
Yeah, the inventor of the Dry Tube was actually out sailing the South Pacific, and he realized that if his boat went down, everything was going down with him. His entire life was going down with him. All the survival gear that he had on board the boat was going to be sinking with the boat. And so what he said is that he wanted something to keep everything in that would keep it dry, keep it safe, and be able to float on top of the water in the event that the boat went down. So he invented the Dry Tube, and it's really just a great revolutionary product because it has the storage capacity to fit so much of that survival gear and your personal essentials right there, and up to 25 pounds worth of gear, and it will still float on the top of the water. It's this bright orange color, so that's really great. It's a great product to have on the boat.
Most definitely. Let's say you're kayaking. And you're charting down some waters that have not been navigated before. Your kayak flips. Well, the first thing that you're going to be able to see is the Dry Tube that's floating on the water. It's highly visible. You can swim to it, and you know that all of your gear is protected. So it's a worry-free product.
Yeah, and this is made out of a high-impact, UV-resistant polyethylene plastic. The great part about that, you're on a boat, it's going to get a lot of sunlight, it won't crack, it won't fade. It's made to handle the sun. It's also made to handle those high-impact moments. Any time that it might get hit or smashed, you can actually stand on this Dry Tube and nothing will happen to it. And I'm just going to show you, a lot of times if I'm out on the boat, even if I'm fishing, and a lot of you fishermen out there, when you're on the boat and you have things like the keys to your truck when you get back to the dock, you're worried about, man, if I drop that, if that falls off of my person and into the water, it's sunk. It's at the bottom of the lake. It's at the bottom of the ocean, and you're never getting those keys back. My cell phone, everybody's carrying their cell phone with them now. Well, when you're on the water, cell phones, they don't like water too much, so you want to keep that dry, and you can just put it right there in the Dry Tube, and it'll be watertight, and it'll float. My wallet, my cash, my credit cards, my ID, everything like that, I know I don't want to lose it, so I'm going to put it right there in the Dry Tube, seal it up, and it's going to be good to go. Now, Lauren, the great thing about the Dry Tube, like we talked about earlier, is the capacity of it. Up to 25 pounds worth of gear, and we know it's still going to float. That bright orange color are going to be visible on top of the water. Let's just look at what all is going to be in this Dry Tube. And ShopTOS.com, the toll-free number that you see at the bottom of the screen, that's where you can find more information on the Dry Tube. And also, exclusively to the Outdoor Shopper, $30 off the retail price. This gear doesn't come with the Dry Tube, but we're going to show you how much gear it can hold. This is just a bite kit in case you're stranded somewhere with mosquitoes or something like that and you're getting a lot of bites. A first aid kit, obviously handy in every survival situation. Oh, I found something that I always like, food. Gotta have that when you're surviving somewhere. A flashlight and batteries, you always need some extra light somewhere. Also a rope if you're gonna make a shelter. Some carabiners that could help you out with that. All this survival gear, a horn to track down boats that might be passing by in the night, fire starter, you gotta have warmth, that's one of those survival things. Some non-iodine tablets, but those are to create some potable water so you can have drinking water. Matches, this is all coming out of this same Dry Tube. That's a whistle and a compass in case you need a noise maker there. An emergency blanket, another great thing, and we also have some light sticks here. This is all coming out of the same Dry Tube, up to 25 pounds worth of gear in here, and it's going to float, stay on top of the water, and really create something. It's going to provide just a way to almost insure your life, and you got to ask yourself, how much is your life worth? And when you're out there on the water and you see all this survival gear, just because you have it on your boat doesn't mean it's going to float if something happens to your boat. If the boat goes down, you want something like the Dry Tube that's going to float. You'll be able to swim up to it and find all of your survival gear right there. And how much is your life worth?
You can enjoy the sport that you went out to do and just having the peace of mind that everything is safe. So you can just go out there and enjoy what you went out there to do.
That's exactly right. ShopTOS.com or the toll-free number at the bottom of the screen. Again, $30 off the retail price right now, exclusively from the Outdoor Shopper. Remember, all of the products that you've seen here today and many more can be found at shoptos.com or by calling 800-503-8671.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to stop by next time where we feature more unique, innovative products tailored specifically for the great outdoors.